Welcome back to About 6 Acres. It is June, and that means there are changes in the garden. I'm going to take you on a end of spring, beginning of summer garden tour, see what's growing, see what's changed. So we're going to start in our backyard. Our garden. It's mid-June, it's the evening, and it is humid, sweaty, nasty. So this is what work looks like. So here's our bed with corn, honeydew melons. Our corn did start to grow and get the stalk, so we self-pollinated our ears, but there's so many moth damage and ants and grasshopper damage that we don't know if we're going to get any good corn. But we do have a honeydew melon and some San Marzano tomatoes, so we're learning. This is our learning bed where things go to test our patience. We got a bed of other San Marzano tomatoes and our beefsteak tomatoes, which is funny because I always thought beefsteak tomatoes look like that, but then there's like perfectly round ones. I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty cool. Basil is doing great. Our sunflower that somehow crept in there, but everything is going well. Marigolds doing exceptionally good. Again, basil, we're gonna have to pick some more, but you know, hopefully it doesn't get too hot that our tomatoes don't turn. Otherwise, we're gonna eat a lot of fried green tomatoes. Strawberry bed is still producing strawberries, flowering. We took out our garlic, harvested that, and we planted some green beans, bush variety, and we have some horseradish cuttings that we got. This one got a little fried because it's been hot. And then we have watermelon, so we planted some watermelon seeds. We'll see how they'll do there, there, and there. There's somewhere else, but they're doing good. And our mints got in our pots. These grasshoppers are everywhere. Got our bed. Our African marigolds are taking over. They're loving it. Grasshoppers are loving it. And then we have our okra. Getting some okra. We've got some okra in there, so once we prune these out, we'll have some more. We have our jalapenos. We picked a few. Made some guacamole. Gave some to our son over the weekend. So we got some that are flowering. And then our cucumbers. We had pickling cucumbers here. So I took out some of the plants that were dying. This one is still left, and we planted southern peas. So this side is like a whippoorwill southern pea. And on our other bed we have the purple hull peas. And then we have some of the comfrey coming up. So we got root cuttings of those. Our San Marzano bed with basil. We had planted some pole beans on each side of this, so they'll trellis up. So they just sprouted. We have a lot of San Marzano, so that means we're gonna make a lot of sauce. And we have been fighting blossom end rot, so we put down some calcium tablets and stuff, but I think it's been so hot and off and on weather. Tomatoes and beans and basil and marigolds. So this bed, we're battling a lot of pests. So this is where our squash, zucchini is, and our cucumbers. We had the squash vine borer that came in. We thought we treated it, but as you can see, it is toward the end of the squash zucchini season. So we have plants that we've ripped out that look like they're damaged, plus the regular squash beetles. There's so many in here that it's just, you know, we'll pick what we have. So we got some yellow squash. Maybe tomorrow we'll pick those. Some over there. A little zucchini left, but as you can see, there's probably like squash borer damage down in there. So we'll rip all these out. Not plant squash here again, but our other peas are underneath. Our other cucumbers are doing okay. So those are going to be our slicing cucumbers. and our marigolds, so we're learning. So we added 2 beds for our next batch of tomatoes. So we have cherry tomatoes, we have a couple coming out, and then we have yellow perfection, so they're going to be a yellow heirloom variety. And then in our other bed we'll have like small mini tomatoes, sweet red cherries, and a Sioux tomato, so another slicing one. So hopefully they survive. So this is our herb and transplant bed. So we got parsley going. Look at this, broccoli in the middle of summer. Although it's not pretty, but it's still edible. So this is a heat tolerant one. And then our mystery peppers. So we planted sweet bell peppers. Here's sweet bell peppers here. But we also planted what we thought were sweet bell peppers in the same package of seeds. These are like Hungarian hot peppers. So check out our video on our taste test to see if they were sweet or hot. Check out our dill, right? Our dill is a host plant to the swallowtail. So we got a black swallowtail here, and it's gonna send out these little glands here that's gonna stink for predators. So, but we can't smell it. We got some sage, some rosemary, and oregano is in there somewhere. So we got a nice little Italian bed of stuff going on. And our cucumbers, they're a little wilty because they've been in the sun. Everything's been watered. So we got some slicing cucumbers here. So hopefully these will bounce back overnight. It's been hot. I thought the feel like temperature today was like 115. So just imagine these poor guys sweating it off. And our last bed, again, is more hot peppers and our bell peppers. Chamomile has died out, but look at it. Look at the bell peppers. Alexander would be pretty proud. Alexander Graham bell peppers. Our inherited beds, as I call them. These were where our onions were, so we harvested our onions, transplanted kale, which I know it's not cool season, but we have kale, and the grasshoppers love it. And we also have eggplants. The grasshoppers love that as well. So maybe we'll get to harvest some kale, which we can. Maybe we'll get some black beauty eggplant out of this. But that was our yellow onions. And then we had something missing here. We had to take this bed out because it deteriorated. These were our purple red onions that we took out, and then we planted a roselle hibiscus, and this is going to be for tea. They're going to create little flowers, little buds that you can use for tea. And these 2 were our potato beds. So we harvested potatoes. We had our yellow potatoes, our red potatoes, and our purple potatoes. And so we planted the rest of our excess tomatoes, our yellow Sioux, I believe. So our heirloom varieties are here. They're not caged up. They're not trellised yet because it's hot. We had a lot of projects to do. So we have marigolds growing in between. And then decided, hey, it's nice and hot out here. Let's plant okra. So we planted more okra from 2 different companies, but the same variety, if that makes sense. So mine came up first, but aren't doing so well right now. Juana's came up later and are doing nicely. So hopefully we'll have a lot of okra, not just one, because this will make it into the house.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
Should we get chickens
Chickens?
to feed them all these grasshoppers?
We should get chickens or guinea fowls, or start a fishing business where we trap grasshoppers and sell it as bait.
I like that idea.
Thank you for joining us on our garden tour. Now that summer has started, let us know in the comments what you are still growing, what has worked for you, and what has not worked for you. What are some challenges that you had this growing season? And what are you preparing to plant for the summer and for your fall garden? So here's a shot of some produce that we harvested this morning. So we got some cucumbers, zucchinis, little jalapenos, obviously the potatoes we already harvested, but we cleaned up because we're going to cook with those. Got some chamomile drying and some herbs drying. So we're expecting more tomatoes and some pepper soon. So again, thanks for watching. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button to see more videos like this. And again, check out the description below for that taste test video on that mystery pepper. Y'all stay awesome. God bless.
All right, guys, what's going on this morning? Any news you want to share? Hey, mister. Like the phone? You? Oh, thank you for the kisses. You're the friendly one. You like my shirt? Yeah? Well, I'll let you nibble the shirt. What about your friend? Alright, but don't eat my arm. Hi guys. Ow! That's a nibble my arm. No nibbling the arm. Alright dudes. We're gonna have a good Wednesday. I'm gonna give you some minerals. We can hang out a little bit. Sounds good? Yeah, alright, sounds good. We're gonna get you weighed, okay? I'm gonna weigh you too. Righty? Righty, shy guy?